And then we're going to talk about that 5, 10, as quick as possible, go around anybody have to say, and we're just going to kind of do that for a while. So that's going to take up quite a bit of time.
Jerk in the circle?
Well, I don't know. In American freestyle, we just called it center man, but I don't know what they call it here.
Jerk in the circle.
Jerk, circle jerk. All right, get a partner.
Well, that's a title for the video. There we go.
Give us 10. Just rest up your back. All right. Work with him. Last week, just look really quickly. Last week we were working on the flat snap. Going here to the head, here to the leg, here, tip down to the head, here, and a molinet to the leg. Instead of starting right here, now you're going to start with the offside head. So you're going to go boom, and then a wrap around, and then here, and a wrap to the leg, and then here, and back here, here, to the molinet. All right? So it's just offside head starter this time. Okay? What I would like is, as I said, one time through counts as once. So you're going to do a set of 10 each person. All right? Okay, go ahead and go. And I'm just going to kind of look and
Sure. All right. Offside. Are you throwing a wrap?
a wrap to the head.
Offside.
All right. I said I wasn't going to stop, but you're killing me right here.
Yeah.
Be a little bit
real
more
slow,
fluid and a little bit slower.
Yeah.
When you come here, don't think of going here and trying to come here. Think of going here. So complete it just in case they throw something, so you can start the motion and so you can get a little bit more power, because you may not get enough power just kind of keeping it out in front of you. Okay. All right. Go through this motion with me. Go through the whole thing that you just got to working on. How I'm holding it here and not holding it out there. Out here, I would have fucked up over here because I would have actually sword blocked, but I didn't have a sword in my hand. But instead of sucking it in like it's coming for this leg, like just kind of shoot for this leg. If I suck it in, it cuts out the motion. But if I push it out, but it's away from my body and active to move here, so just try to think of that when you're throwing this and when you're blocking. Because you're very tall and you're not crouching a lot, so you gotta really watch.
45 degrees or a little bit more of a downward angle.
that again for me.
Align myself and do it.
Like if I were here and I were, and so I'm sitting here and he's going to throw that, I would just do this right here. And I'm looking like I'm here, and instead of thinking about doing that, if he's throwing right here, I just do this because it's like, we already have a sword like this, right? Get in your same stance, I want to see wrinkles. Okay, so if I, right. Sorry. So if I were here, I just do this, and then there, come around to this leg. You're going like this and turning instead of going like this. See how? So I'm going here and just going there instead of turning to try to. You're trying to block with the flat of it instead of right here. Think of this with this shield, and it's really going to show on me if I have a big chest. My thumb pretty much is right here at the top, right underneath my sternum. When I want to block over here, I basically take my thumb and move it to this side of my body. And then back up here. When I'm going for the leg, I move it down to that hip and then come back. If I'm going for the head, then I end up having to take it off of there if I'm going to shield block. But most of the time, I just bring it right up to my chest muscle. So if you think of trying to keep it at an angle, how just my thumb is here. So when I'm here, notice how I always have a little distance here. It's not here, it's here, because then as the shot's coming around, I can let that float in as long as I want. Or I can stop it out further just by moving my hand out. Because if I want to off-time them and catch them before they finish their motion and come there. But it's... And even if I didn't use this sword, I still would go. So try to stay away from here, because if he stepped in,
Open up left and do that.
my shield is flat to my side over here. That's why you need to keep it here. Block that way. I'm only nitpicking because you're catching on pretty good, and just might as well start fine-tuning that quickly. Oh, he's in armor. Why did he go get hurt?
She was ready.
Oh, she was ready first? Okay. All right, then I'm going to, again, and you and I are Dr. Head, and we pull back. The wraps, so it's offside, a wrap to the back of my head, offside, a wrap to my leg, offside, 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 Mullinae to the left. Yeah. So I don't have on armor, so I'm going to pretty much have you doing it so I can watch how you're throwing. Sure. And then I will go through some for a little blocking if you want. Okay. I'll do it. And then a wrap to the head. So remember how I told you that once you throw anything over here, you should think of you're coming around? Right, so that's how you should do the wrap to my head. Wrap, there's that. All right?
Just still getting this. All right.
Get used to it. It feels very uncomfortable.
This helmet, first like,
See, I don't wear armor that much, so when I'm out of armor, everything feels all right. I put that on, I start getting restricted. Yeah. So when you do those, do it like this. So if you're here, you're going to go, like you're going to block back here and then come back. So don't go back here and then try to come back over. It's here, here. Okay. Right.
still got to ride along the shield.
All right, so when you go to the head, if you think about the sword actually coming up over your head there and then coming back, so you let that be your thing. So it's here, here, and then straight back down.
I'm not even thinking about the
Right. A little bit more over your head. All right. So now what I want you to do is take your sword and hold it over your head this way. All right. What's restricting you?
the shoulder.
Shoulder is?
Yep.
Right? Yeah. Does it need to fit? You need to give yourself a little
Feels like it's the blade itself.
and now raise your arm. Yeah, so who knew? So you need to give yourself some room in that bicep so it allows the plates to do their job. Oh, let me.
Hey, I'm a self-sustaining man, dude.
Yeah, I know.
I can use myself.
I'm not even in arm, right?
Remember, there's still
So
this is riding up high, so it's grabbing the bottom of your helm back there.
Okay.
Get that lower back there. Just the way it's one more second, turn around. The shot that's giving you the most problems is one we're going to work on. So what I want you to do is put your sword arm up here, and then I want you just to bring your hand in front of you, and then let the sword, here we go, again. Make sure that your hand stays in front of your face. All right, I need your sword, like I'm touching you, is how I want you to try to touch my leg. Okay. All right.
I'm just trying not to laugh.
No, I don't wear any leg armor, so I'm used to getting hit full speed with no leg armor. So
Today I learned.
yeah. So I need you to hit them right here. That's where you're aiming. Again. 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 Now I need you to concentrate that when I do it, I go like this. Look how much here. So you're keeping it flat, which I warn you that it stops your aim.
Right.
You have to keep it at an angle like that to be able to pull this shot off. Okay? So let's get our shield. Let's point it out at an angle.
So yeah, this one keeps riding up high whenever I
Yeah.
move. Okay.
All right, so it's out at the angle.
Yep.
And then you're basic. There we go. Now reach for it. So as you're throwing it, squat and reach for it. There we go. Again. There we go. Again.
I gotta reform this thing.
The other thing could be happening.
Sure. You don't wear anything.
No, just a kidney belt.
Ah.
So maybe these are tied too tight to pull the back out.
Sure.
I wear greaves, some closet bars on my well, it's not different. I don't think you realize that tightening it up and cinching it up is what is going to make it ride differently on your body. There. Now do that motion again. Still feels a little awkward. You have to get used to the armor, but is it better than it was before?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so what
It's
you got to
definitely,
remember is later on we will look at where those have to be and kind of mark them so you know that it's not about cinching it up real tight.
Sure.
All right?
Okay.
So, over your head, straight down. and reach for it. There we go. Squat down and reach. Lean a little bit forward as you're doing it. There we go. Now, when you throw this shot, how you just got through working there,
Right.
always go boom, here, and then down to that. All right? There we go. A little bit higher. Make sure that your hand clears your head. What's going on there?
It keeps it at some point when I crash down at all.
It all rides up
It
on
all
you?
rides right back up, yeah.
Okay, so that's, we need to really work on that because I don't want you to develop a stance just to be comfortable in your arm.
Well, no, and now that you do that, I was thinking last week, I was like, that's kind of limiting. I wonder what's going on.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to compensate for that, and yeah, no, should I just pop this off for now to do the form?
We're going to go right into fighting, but I just wanted to, the last time as you were having problems with that Molinet, and I just wanted you to figure out to get that better Molinet.
Yeah.
If you feel your hand hit your head, it's not high enough. It should literally feel like you're reaching above your head and then come in.
Do it.
Yeah. Because if I'm standing here, I'm going to go boom.
And then drop it down because you're going to be able to run.
Right. Because the second I pull it back, when I start throwing, I almost take a half step, and then I could almost hit you all the way.
Right, wrap.
Yeah, with a wrap. So, again, straight down. Just remember, the only thing that you have to worry about is taking your hand and moving it in front of your face, and the sword will automatically roll around on its own. There you go. See, if you're thinking, the thing is this is what you're doing.
Yeah.
If you're coming back and you think you have to now throw a shot,
Right. Just drop.
just drop the hand. Is everybody,
Everyone else has run through everything and they've taken air. And they've taken air, they've even taken water, some of them.
Everybody can pop their helm back on. Do what you have to do. We're getting ready to do, let's go ahead and line up in the circle.